Hi guys, hi beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is so special and interesting to me because I'm going to screen out these for you guys. I'm here with top first class students in my faculty, and with me is
I am Amaka Lumba from the Department of Sociology.
and
I'm Olajide Oluwatimileyin from the Department of Economics.
okay, thank you guys so much for coming. Now I have some questions down here and I'm just going to be asking them, so you guys stay tuned. How do you avoid procrastination while studying?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I avoid procrastination or I don't procrastinate while studying, but I don't do most of my stuff when it comes to studying. I don't do them immediately, but at least I keep to my deadline.
Interesting. Okay, Amaka.
I avoid, there's this like I have this um time management, you know, plans. For instance, if I'm offering 7 courses this semester, I already have the time plan that by the since I'm having 4 months for a semester, in Abuja we usually have 4 months or let's say 4.5 months for a semester. I would have already calculated that okay, before the third month, I should be able to be, I should have rounded up with the 7 courses that I'm offering. Not that okay, when it's 1 month to exams, then I'm now rushing to read and everything. I have this, time plans, management that I do. Like I would have written the course outlines and maybe by 7 p.m. I go to 9 class and just try to at least attempt 2 or 3 of the outlines for one particular course. By the time I know, maybe before the 3 months even elapses, I would have been done with the whole of the courses that I'm offering for that time. Then during maybe 1 month to exam, then you see me in the room just watching movies and my roommate to be wondering that Amaka, you know going to 9 class again? But you're always going to 9 class now, 6 o'clock, they see you for hostel. But then that's been the time when I'm always keeping to my plans and my schedule. I already have it down that okay, I'm going to go read. But also how I avoid procrastination is also by, sometimes I might just give myself the liberty of leisure that okay, I don't want to go to 9 class today. I just want to just watch Korean movie because I'm a K drama lover. So I just want to watch Korean movie today to just cool my head that okay, I don't want to read today. Or probably earlier that morning, if there was no lecture, I would have read like 2 course outlines for a particular course. And then when it's night for me to go to the 9 class, and I already know that I've achieved something for today. So what's the need of going to 9 class to just continue? Let me just take today off since I've achieved something earlier without going to when I did not attend lecture. So I'll just use that time to relax, watch movie, even play music in the hostel and just have fun. So that's how I avoid it because I already have this plan that if I don't meet up with this now, it's not going to be. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anybody. I'm actually doing myself because meeting up to this thing and finishing these courses within the 3 months timeline that I've kept for myself that I've planned is going to actually help me because anybody is going to read during the time that the whole classes are always choked for exam period, the whole lecture venues will be filled up and choked. That time you just see me the hostel using it, do revision or just have fun. That's just it.
Wow, time management. Okay. You have
I already sound like
so if
we
they
have
give you
4 months
exam
in
and
this
you
semester. We have
finish it in that week that they give you. If they give you assignment, you finish it in that week.
like I will just try to just meet up. I like enjoying that. That time that people are always eager to, you see
Read.
them running about. Me, that's the time I like to relax.
Wow.
In the hostel, you just say, and that's the time that, and again, another thing that has actually contributed to that is the fact that most of the times, some of my classmates might meet me in the hostel and they will need help for tutorials. So if I say I want to start reading at that time, that's the time that I'm dedicated to my classmates. Do you get? For me to be able to teach them during those times that it's close to exam. So if me now I have something to read and I'm very, very busy with just myself, I will not be able to help anybody. And it feel like I'm not trying to even be of assistance to my fellow classmates. So during that time, I'll be open to giving tutorials to my classmates, and even while giving them tutorials when they need those assistance, it also builds me. It will help me to reinform myself about those things that I've read and even forgotten. Then maybe 2 or 3 days to the exam, I'll just go through do revisions for the particular course that we're having.
Yeah.
Then I'll do revision within 3 days. That's when you see me in the library. I hardly go to the library except when the exam is closed because I know that during the whole night class I've been burning midnight candles. I'm always in the night class.
What time do you? What time do you go? And what
Most of
time?
my friends that I know in this school, let me just say, like my friends that I know, most of them are through night class. I made them.
The second question: how do you manage your time better as a student?
Like you said earlier, time management is very, very important. And one thing is that I know everything I'm doing, I know everything I've put myself into. So, okay, I know if it is time to do this, I'm not using it for another thing.
So time management is key, you guys. This is like an interactive section. Time management is key. How you're talking to me? People are speaking to my spirit, somebody. What's one thing that motivates you to be academically excellent? Is going to
Okay. I would say one thing that, but I have more than a particular thing that motivates me to be academic excellence. But like earlier, me and Timmy have been conversing, and like I would say, I have this conservative belief that I'm not in school because I feel like yeah, you're in school to broaden your horizon, to improve yourself, to like to improve your in-depth knowledge about life and some things. You allow school go through you while you also go through school. There's that saying. But at the same time, I feel like the one thing that has motivated me is actually knowing that I want to use my results for something. I know that the country has, there's this narrative about school na scam, and that has actually, I would say it has contributed to a lot of people feeling like, why is there a need for them to go to school? You just go to school and what's the essence? But at the same time, they also have this belief of, it's an end to itself. When I say education is an end to itself, it's just like you're saying, you're coming to school to broaden your horizons, to get in-depth knowledge about things, to improve your perception about life and everything that has to go within the school environment and everything. But at the same time, you're not looking at it as you want to use your certificate for something else. Do you get? You're just coming to school because of you want to come to school. For me, I would say I'm not in that line
School no be
at
scam.
all.
School
For
no
me,
be scam.
no, I'm not debating on that school no be scam. My own is just that I want to use my certificate for something. That's the only thing that's motivating me. Apart from my family, knowing that okay, where I come from, I'm not coming from a place that is very, very. I'm not coming from silver spoon. I'm not. I was not silver spooned. I was not silver failed. But I like the idea of when I get my SAT by God's grace, I know that there's no work in this country, but God is going to do it. That when it comes to my own turn, I'm going to get this work. So what will I give as an excuse if I fail? I have 4 years in this school. I'm not married. I'm okay. I'm doing petty business, POS in the hostel, fine. But will I now say, okay, because of that, is that the reason why I'm failing? Is that the reason why, okay, after looking back 4 years later, I'll be like, okay, I want to go for a second degree in this same course or another course because I failed my first one? Or probably have an opportunity. And the thing is that I have to, present something of maybe 2-1, and then I don't even have it because I failed. So my reason for actually pushing, I wasn't even pushing on first class actually. I was just pushing to just come out well, 7 class upper, do you get? But then it came and I kept on pushing to just stick with that my first class, and God did it for me. So what actually has been motivating me is that I want to use my certificate as a tool. I feel like education is a means to an end and not an end to itself. I want to use my education, my certification for something else that is going to give me a good position in the country, even if there is no work. But that work, I believe that God is going to do it for me. I don't want to be saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. That's what has motivated me, apart from my family and knowing that, okay, I'm the firstborn of my family and I want to lead by example. That one is like a secondary reason. Primary reason is because I want to use that certificate for something to change my family, to change the way things has been in my family. Do you get? To create change? And if my certificate is going to be the only reason why I'm going to be getting that thing and reaching that height, I want to attain it.
Nice one. Okay, to me, what's one thing that motivates you as a student?
Okay, I will sum it up into one thing. To me, what motivates you, whether to be academically okay or not, is purpose. Purpose is very, very, very important. When we were in nursery, primary schools, we were told a school is a place where we learn how to read and write. But by the time you reach your secondary school up to tertiary institution, that definition will probably change. So to me, a school is a place where we go to actualize whatever purpose we have. What I actually focus on is, okay, do you know why you're in school? That is the most important thing. For example, look at some artists. Some people are just here to network. Some people are here to look for, because to
That's why
me,
you said those people see things from the perspective of it's an end to itself. They just want to come to school to just come to school. You get?
I don't find fault in that aspect because to them it's not as if they want the certificate. At least you are not using certificate in theater art to go to no. But then the community, to me, school is the largest source of network of community you can ever find on earth. Okay, so some people, school is a place for you to get. School is just a place to actualize your purpose. So the academic excellence aspect is that okay, I need to get this. Then what must I do? I know where I'm going. I know the reason why I'm here. So
Try for learning. People are learning. Okay, the fourth question. If you weren't good in secondary school, can you be good in the university? I'll be asking Amaka this question.
Okay. Wasn't good in secondary school, rather. Will I be good in university? I really do not, I have this like I feel like possible. It's possible, and I feel like it's not possible too. Do you know why? Because let me say I've been in that shoe of impossibility, like saying that oh I wasn't good in primary school, and then maybe I will not be good in secondary school while I was at that stage. Do you get me? And at the other time, at the same time, coming being good in secondary school has made me realize that I can also be good in university. So it's always something. For example, let me give you this story. Just let me just shorten it. When I attended a government primary school, my area then. So when I was to enter my for GSS1 junior secondary school one, my school I don't know if I should call the school name or something, but let me just say GID. So that school, there's a way they are I don't know, I don't just know the way things are run in that school, but then my proprietor then during the end of the term he would always score. I wanted to say semester, I'm used to semester. He would, yes, things now. So he would always score first to ninth position on the stage. On the stage. That was like a cultural shock for me because I had never experienced such. It was my justice one. He would always score the first ninth position out. So first ninth position, his handshake was like you were shaking the president. You know when a fighter is wearing suit and he's shaking you, God, you be feeling like you're a superstar, you be feeling fly. So me, I came from a government secondary school, like primary school, like I said earlier. I was the labor prefect then, but when you do not have this idea of you are smart, but you know that you are not an olodo, you are actually doing well, but you are not. You don't have this idea of to me. Are you getting me? You're not feeling like the way I am now that I know that I know book in this university now. I feel fly that I know book. That time I was just doing my thing. I did not carry the mentality of I know book. But it's the teachers and them that will give me labor prefect based on my performance. But me, I wasn't even focused on that. In my primary school, I was still very small and naive. Secondary school was a totally different life for me. It was a roller coaster because when I got there, my writer will say, this school, it's only GID and others. That is, if you do not attend his primary school, it feels like you will not be able to compete with his own people that attended his primary school. Do you understand that kind of thing? That's one thing I'm trying to, that's why I'm trying to answer that question of if you're not good in secondary school, do you think you'd be good in primary school? In university. Like, so he would always say it's either GID or others, and me, I wasn't from GID. Do you know that the first time when they were calling first nine position, I don't even know say I'm capable of something. I know that I'm not an olodo actually, but I wasn't expecting anything. My auntie works in the school too, so he called first nine position. People came out when I wasn't called. So when it was time to collect our results, people that you don't know your results, you have to go collect your results from the staff room now. So I went there, I collected my results. It was 14th position. And we are like, I think we are like around 50 something because my school, they used to call it public private school. You know why? Because my school is a private school, but we are populated because the teaching there is, see, you'll be academically grounded if you attend that school. For you to come out of that school, at least you should even be able to stay in the average. You should not see, you should be able to, you'll be grounded. So now, when I collected my results, it was 14th position. My auntie was like, people will carry first nine position, they get to head. Maybe I was just like, I went to my mom's shop, I told her that, hey, I got my position was 14 too. I was like, it's not bad, not bad. After feeling something, but what that my auntie said just strikes me, and I during that period I felt sick. My mom was mad at my auntie that why would she say that kind of thing to me now? This, that. Then it happened that, do you know that the second time, as I said, this is a short story. I was just shorting this story. The second time, as God will have it, my school we usually have prep from 3 to 5:30. So 3 o'clock, if you're not having prep, you are supposed to write a letter to the school on why you will not be staying for prep. If not, there's no excuse. You will not leave. You stay to 5:30. For me, I had no excuse, no reason to give, no tangible reason. So I was staying for prep. That's when I knew about prep and stuff like that. That's why I said that school is a very, very good school. Then my school during exam period, a classroom, for example, we have JSS1 to JSS1C, JSS1 JSS2 to JSS2C. a classroom, there will be, my Python has this way of, for example, 5 JSS1 to this class, 5 JSS2 to this class. It used to, like, there's this quota I used to share. So you see all the classes in a particular classroom for exam. So you now as a JSS1, you might be sitting down here and another JSS1 is down here. Whenever any teacher comes to share sheet of question paper and she calls JSS1 in the class, you are out to stand up. So the teacher will, scatter you guys. You change your format. So even if you guys have stayed in one way that is going to be of favor to you. But you know that that second time, still like a little story of mine that still shocks me because that was when the momentum started growing for me. That was when, as I said, so that's why I said for me it wasn't about secondary school to knowing that I'll be good in university. My own was actually from primary school, knowing that I can actually be good in secondary school. Then, do you know that whenever they call Jesus one during that second time, I'll be the only one because the rest ran, they follow their friends to other classes that be favorable to them now so that they can have this formation. But me, I was the only one. I was just new to that environment. I wasn't familiar with JID and everything. Jesus one, I'll be the only one to stand up and they'll give me teachers be like, why are you the only one? The rest stand away from this class. I'm not. Do you know that I was going to have it when it was time for results? And my writer said stage again this time around and was calling first position. He called first position Olumba Amaka Messi. I didn't know I was the one. I was just in the line. I didn't know I was the one. First position. My classmates were like, Amaka, Olumba, Olumba. I was like, I just like walked to the stage with my gown. I was very, very like, I walked to the stage. He was like, are you from JID? I said, no. He was like, which school are you from? I told him the school. He said, because I knew that it's JID and others. Well, you're from others, you're from others, you're from others. And if you are to fail, he will also call you out though, and he will remind you, ask us to sing for you. We'll be singing Olodo Rabata for you. And next time, sorry, nobody will tell you. At least if you are to exchange with someone, let the person be the last person and you move front. And so it will be. So it was very, very like I was surprised. First position,
14 to first.
to first. Then the third term, it's always on average. Whatever you achieve for the third term, then the average of first term, second term, third term, that's how it was in my school. I was very, very scared. I didn't want to go for when they were calling results. I said to my mom, my mom was supposed to the school. I was like, let my classmates come and tell me what I had this term because I don't know. Because it's already like, me, I'm not from JID. I took it. How is that? And I'm the only one in the class. In JS, nobody helped me. I was self-reliant. I was depending on myself only. So how was I able to pull it off with JID? JIDites are powerful people in my class. So at third time, I was scared. I could not go for my results. But when my classmates came around to my mom, they told me, Maka, they called you out. Though. I was like, they still called me out. I said, yes. I said, for what? It's fifth position.
Wow.
I said, who? I can still come up for 14, first, fifth. I said, okay. Then JSS2. That's when it started. That was when the momentum started building for me because I was able to use my JSS1 thought them to realize that it wasn't just mere luck for me to have attained first position. I now realized that I could actually do this. Oh, maybe that was the reason why I was even labor prefect. Just that I did not realize it was primary school. I'll be writing storybook, drawing, and all. But I wasn't really focused on. I did not have this understanding of you are brilliant, you are brilliant, you are brilliant. No, I didn't. Then JSS2. There's this guy Linus, me and him will be moving it first. I'll take first this time, we'll take second, I'll take second, you take third, like that, like that. That's how we're doing it. Until my JSS3, that was when I started maintaining first. Then I left. My SS1 was first. Then I left the school. So it made me realize that. So that was my Python name. It used to call me stainless.
Wow.
Like, so yes, JID and others actually. Yes, I know that I'm part of the others, but yes, that was when I knew that if I'm not good in primary, if I was good in primary school, I would not say I wasn't good, but I didn't know I was good. But it made me realize that yes, if I can actually know my stand in secondary school, it's possible for someone to come to university and now realize themselves because it can be in any stage. It might even be that maybe it's your masters that you even do it. That's why some people that they might study in Nigeria here, and when they go abroad, you see them succeeding in academically. And you'll be wondering, this person passed with a lower year. How did the person go there and come out with a first class? Because the time it took you to grasp reality that I know that for your momentum to start building, I know that you can actually do this. Might not be the same time with mine. For me, I realized it's my secondary school and coming to university, we are from different part of the country, we are from different part of Nigeria, different places, and this even Abuja for that matter, not like Lagos where it's only just maybe majorly Lagosians. Here, different people from the northern part, eastern part, western part, and sociology for that matter. Now we're like 100 and something in class, and I'm still able to pull it to even be the best for my department. Like, I feel like anybody can do it. If you are not good in secondary school, doesn't mean that you cannot be good in university. Although it has a role to play. Like there's this thing, maybe you're not serious and you decide not to be serious in university. That's why you're not good. But a case whereby you can still push it and become the best, because of people that they were very, very good in their primary school, secondary school, and they came to university and they fumbled. And reason might be maybe their foundation, because sometimes in their school they might just have only 15 people in a classroom. So if you're taking 10th position, your mother won't think you don't know anything. If you got, because you guys are just 15 in a classroom, it's not something that the impact can be known that okay, you are failing. Because you are just 10 in a classroom, not to be private school. That's why I said my school is a private government school, nicknamed because we are more. So you will know if you are doing well or not. So I feel like if you did well in secondary school, like you can still do well in university, and it's just a two-way something, like I said from the beginning. I can't really say it's no this or yes. I feel like it's your decision. Actually, it's for you to sit up. You understand?
Dimi, if you weren't good, or if someone is not good in secondary school, can the person be good in the university?
Okay, it's a straightforward question actually. So you see, I've always tried to state the or explain to myself the difference between being brilliant and being intelligent, right? Some people they are born brilliant, right? But you see, intelligence is something you train yourself on. So to me, intelligence means the ability you have that okay, I want to do this. How can I achieve this? So try you start strategizing. Okay, for me to get this, what must I do? Right? So you're not that good, or let's say you are not brilliant when you were in secondary school, right? But then you everything still boils down to purpose. You have a purpose, you have something you want to achieve. Know yourself. When you know yourself, you know your strength, you know your weakness. Me, you I can't read for 1 hour. Max 30 minutes, I'm done whatever I want to read. So if you see me reading for 1 hour to an hour, I'm just putting myself at waste of time. I'm not gaining anything.
So how do you read for exams if you don't spend up to an hour reading?
Like I said, I'm kind of deductive. Now I used to tell my people, if you are going to class, try to sit at the front. It's not because of anything, it's because one, I don't used to write notes that much. But then
This boy.
I don't like writing notes. If you see me writing notes, it only means the lecturer compulsory it. Maybe okay, it's going to check. That's when you see me writing. But that front, you will always see me there. Because if you sit at the front, one, there is this psychological imprint that you have on you that you are sitting in front of the lecturer, you are not going to misbehave, so you concentrate, right? And then if you're going to class, I'm not just like I said, I'm not going there to write notes now, but I'm still going there for something. You need to study the lecturer. You know the question, you know how he's asking his question, you know how he will want his answer, right? So that is what I base my destiny on. And then I believe that we are in a university and you have the freedom to express yourself. And I believe that the only way to convince your lecturer that you know this thing is to go beyond
What he has
whatever
taught
he has
you.
taught you in class, right? Which means you must be able to create illustration, bring analogies, bring examples. So when I'm writing and you see me writing, I'm not writing what we are, like I said,
What you've been taught.
what we
What
are
you
not
learned.
not just what we have been taught. Giving and bringing illustration and bringing examples. Then through that you are showing your lecturer, oh, I actually understand these things, right? Everything still boils down to how good are you at abstracting. It's not something that you are born with naturally. You learn it, and the easiest way to get that is you asking questions. I'm not saying asking your lecturer's question. Ask yourself question. Your lecturer comes to your class and tell you, okay, if the mass of something is 10 kilogram, if it fall on this table, this table is going to break. That is a theory, right? But you as a student, you should be able to ask yourself, what if okay, the lecturer just said 10 kilogram of a metal will break this table, but he did not consider that this table might also weigh about 20 kilogram. If this table is about 20 kilogram, then 10 kilogram of metal might not break. Be curious. The more curious you get, the more questions you ask. And the more questions you ask, the more knowledge you
More
gain.
knowledge you get.
So,
So now your own perspective, you're saying that even if you're not good in secondary school, if you come to the university and you put in your mind, you're able to achieve what you said.
exactly.
Okay. So that's saying you're good in secondary school, you can't be good in the university. Okay, interesting. Hey, Ipu, I'm learning a lot. Can you give an example of an academic setback and how you've overcome it?
Okay. Like I said earlier, the previous question you asked on the secondary school and university, I told you about my academic setback, right? for my GSS1 and how I was able to overcome it. That's another point from this question. Should be able to, the thoughts, the answer from that particular answer like I gave earlier. Then another one like of recent, like my journey in university here, academic setback I've had here was in my 300 level. So 301, exact methodology that everybody is doing, and everybody is doing, and I feel like they're having A's and B's. So why is my tone? Do you know I had C in that course? That was that's my only C. It was so shocking because my 300 level first semester, my 3 units course, my 300 level first semester, it was 7 courses we're offering. 6 of the results that were out from the portal that I printed out, 5 there, one was GST. The 5 there, which were main courses, I had A's, and my A were not just 70 something, my A's were 80 something. So how come this particular one,
50.
I was now having 57 or something like that? Like, how in the world? My test was okay. To me, I was really prepared for the test because, I don't want to mention the lecturer's name, but whenever it comes to the class, it's always like, oh, I don't want mundane this, I don't want. I was really prepared because I felt like, oh, one thing about me is that a course that people feel like is hard, that's the course I used to put more time on to prepare because I feel like, why is this hard? And it tends to even be simple to me, and I will even pass it well, just like statistics. Do you get?
Yeah.
That I had 80 something on. You understand? Because I feel like people complain about this thing being hard, then I should focus on this and know what's actually hard here. So that was the same way I focused on that. And I was seeing 57. It was so like it actually shocked me. Like it shocked me because I wanted to I felt like, should I still continue fighting for this, or should I just relax and just keep doing what I'm doing and just forget about this thing? Even if I'm to get my first class, let it just be on 4.5. I don't even want to push for anything above that again because I felt, I don't want to say betrayed because I felt like the lecturer betrayed me to have given me 57 because what in the world? My test was okay, and that's my academic setback I've had, but then how I overcame it is not relenting, not feeling like this thing should be a setback for me because it actually dropped me then. I was on 4.7 at that point, that time. It dropped me to like 4.69. And I felt like, hey, God. But I still kept going. And as God would have it, I am where I am now today. So I feel like no matter the setback, you should just, yes, you're allowed to feel bad at that point and, hurt all the hurts that you want to hurt because I actually felt weak at that point. My age were 80 something, 85, 80 something. So why will I be having 57? When I printed my result to submit to Dr. Abdu then, it was even surprised like, how in the world will somebody having 85, 85, 80 something have C? It's not realistic, especially for the fact that this is something that I had sleepless night over and I was very, very prepared for. It wasn't at all, but we
57
thank God.
just 3 to enter B. Okay, to me, one academic setback and how you were able to overcome it. Give us the gist.
Setback.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should call it setback, but this is life now. Stuff happen, right? I used to tell my guys some things that I don't know. I just see education. I mean, I'm in economics department. I don't know if it applies to other departments, but I find it kind of easy. Okay,
Easy.
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 I find it kind of easy. I'm like, if I'm offering 9 courses in a semester, and I know that okay, I want to have on average, I want to have 4.7. How am I going to have it? I put the 9 courses on paper. This one, A is sure, put A. This one,
Exactly what
B
I
is sure,
did
put B. This one, I don't want to stress myself, just put B. This one, put D, this one, put that. At the end of the day, when you sum it up,
Calculate it.
okay, you calculate it. Now,
So by the time your results is out, you already know what you
see,
expect.
most of my results, I'm not exaggerating, okay, but most of the results I've had, they were expected.
You guys, you writing your grades and your CGPA before the results is
That
out.
was why it was a
So
very, very big academic setup for me because
Are you
just like you
serious?
said, I feel like this thing is, I think we are in this together. Like I would always write out the courses I'm offering and know what I'm expecting there. Like, there's Professor Otaki in my department now, they're always like this one is like this, although I've been having A's in this course and my A's are always something more. But they're always like it's like this, it's like this, like this. So me, I would write B, but deep down I know that A is what I'm looking at. Do you get? Then other courses I will just write. Sometimes when I check everything after the exam and I'm to cross check with the score I envisioned whether I can actually get this thing that I wrote before this semester began or and before this exam, then I will check it out and I'm like, okay, maybe the way I wrote this exam, then this one is actually going to be true. or let this man something they do then this is actually going to be true, this is actually going to be, but there are some that will just feel like let me not just expect more because some lecturers might.
They're marking
But then most of the time, like you said, whenever the result comes out, is what I wrote and I expected that will come less better. The only one that has ever shocked me, that wasn't
Was
what I
that
want, was that seed I had. And let me see my 400 level that my industrial sociology I had B there because the course was I was expecting an A in the course. I was so surprised. So that one, I having B there, I felt like okay, if you still do anything for my result, but I was still feeling like B
just give me my
because
thing.
what I wrote, the way you used to do, I wrote A for that course, and it was even one of the A I was very very sure of.
Hi. So it's very, very disappointing.
Pointing.
Did you go and meet the lecturer
No, I
and be
never
like,
met it because I know that what I was already planning and my CGPA was already what I could still deal with. So I did not even bother. What and they will not change anything again now. The process is very very long now. To go and start changing.
I almost I almost met one lecturer one time because it was political science though. I'm supposed to, I know that okay at all B. Had they C and you reduced my CGPA, I felt so bad. You have C. It's not like C is like F is very. Let me not say F is very bad, but F is like your field. But when you have high precision of your particular course and you read very well, you wrote the test, the assignment, everything, and they are not saying C.
Setback is not something bad. They just want you to think better. If you are expecting A and you add C, instead of just complaining and you just try to find out what happened, at least you are not going to say our lecturers are wicked people. Eh?
So, guys, we are back from our break. So, on to the next question. What is the best study schedule for exam? What's your best study schedule for exam, Amaka?
Like I said earlier, like I always have I always have this plan written that maybe during the duration of 3 months, I should be able to have, been done with this particular course. So that's what has been helping me. So my schedule for exam, the way I do it is that I make sure I'm done with whatever course I have to offer for that semester. So that once it's 1 month to the exam time, I will just be using that time to, relax and, calm my nerves and everything. And probably, have time for my course mates that will need help for tutorials and everything. And even use that one to improve on what I've learned earlier during the duration of the course. And maybe if the exam should be on Monday, maybe by Friday, would have been done with all lectures now. By Friday, I'll just start revising for the exam for Monday. That's how I do it. Yeah. So that's my schedule. Make sure you read before the exam. For me, always prepare ahead, not exam. No, if it might be beginning or maybe middle. It just depends on your own plan. Sometimes your department you might be able to even use just maybe 2 months to cover everything you have. Right, some departments you have to starting from the beginning. Some departments that are very rigorous and everything. So just do what you know that it's going to work for you. Sometimes now I'm someone that I read like a lot. When I go to night class by 7, I will be there to probably like I might read like 5-6 hours. During the exam period, I will read from the 7 o'clock that I'm going to 7 p.m. that I'm going to night class till daybreak. Like people are always calling me witch. That you just say I'm in night class, you just be focusing on all like, and that's why I like sitting at the front seat so that no matter the noise you are making, I would not. I'll just be oblivious to that kind of noise. It won't even be a problem to me because it's just me and the board this time. You get so I try to read before the exam so that during the exam time I know that it's just the revision I'm doing and going for the exam. That's just how it works for me.
What about lecturers that do not give course outlines? Like there's some lecturers that will just be come to your class and
From what Simi said earlier, that's the reason why people don't really know. People just feel like you might not come to the class and you just, write your exam and you are passing. But sometimes coming to the class is not because of maybe the lecturers, I won't say they don't have anything impactful to offer. But sometimes you know that sometimes lecturer might just be saying things over and over again that you've learned and something that you know that even if you're writing for your exam, it's not going to guarantee you getting even B or C because they're just saying the surface of it all. You should have to go and broaden your own and go in depth on that course. You get so sometimes you just like come to the class, attend lectures, just so you'll be able to study the lecturer and know the way the lecturer is going to appear, like the format the lecturer is going to, bring this question. For example, now, Dr. Otumba, I know that okay, he likes his question being, introduction, subject matter, introduce the concept, blah blah blah. You have to give children, father, mother, and everything. So because you already understand this lecturer, you already know where the question should be coming from. Not that you are at home or in the hostel and you did not attend lecture, so you don't really have an idea of how this lecturer is and what to expect from that lecturer. So for the lecturer aspect, apart from my own personal way of studying and preparing for exam, the lecturer aspect, I already know this is what the lecturer has been teaching this semester. So this is where the questions I should be expecting would come from.
Yeah.
You know, for example, in this my own section now, for my own courses, the question that might come out for you're in sociology too, the question that you may see in the past question that came out from my set might be different from the one that,
Yes,
and that's because the
yeah.
lecturer that taught you at that time might have been making reference to particular things different from
Yes.
what my own lecturer made reference on. That's the reason why you are seeing that in your own question, but in the past question you checked, you never saw that because the lecturer was not even on that particular thing. So sometimes it happens like that. Some lecturers will come that don't give out course outline. Since there is no course outline, you will know through what the lecturers are always saying and teaching
Yeah.
and what to expect. And that's how you do it.
You guys, I hope people are carrying your notes and you're jotting down because these are things that are very, very important. And I'm learning a lot personally. Like I'm learning a lot. Now I have a bonus question for them. Like if you're like in 200 level and you're like on second class upper, second class lower, can you be on first class before you graduate?
You know, CGPA is different from your GPA. Your GPA is a semester something. So you might be able to meet up to first class in a particular semester. It doesn't mean that your cumulative grade point average is going to be a first class. Do you get me? For example, now, this whole thing, it depends on where you are at that particular time. I have someone that was in his 100 level, 200 level, he was in second class lower, or he's in 400 level now, the last his last semester, and he's already on second class upper because he already had he only used 4 out of the 8 semesters he had for his 4 year course. Do you get me? So he was able to improve himself based on 4 years. He had 4 more extra semesters to be able to attain that particular upper. So if you're in second class upper, for instance, it depends on where you are at that your cumulative grade point at that point. Probably it is on 4.4 or 4.3 or something or 4 point, but you know that you still have 4 more semesters. So it's like highly possible, likely that you would hit first class. You can be able to you will be able to, but it's impossible when you are on something like lower or something. I think it's going to be very, very hard. I don't really know the possibility of it. Do you understand me? So, but one thing I will also say is just a little advice. I don't know, but for me, if for you it might be a wrong advice, but for me, I feel like it's an advice that has been helping me. I would always say, I know you should work hard, but sometimes when you are working hard, also work smart. For instance, you're having 9 courses this semester, and you know that 7 out of it are elective, are compulsory courses, rigorous courses, very, very bulky courses that you know that okay, you have to focus on, and you have to elect it to choose from. Maybe you have to just choose 1 or 2 from them. Just pick the one that you know that you would have the liberty of, like, l- time to just go through it, and it's not stress you too much. Don't always just go for, okay, you want to, yes, you're already learning from the 7 courses that are there. Why? I know you need to learn, yes, you're in school to learn, but sometimes just don't always just be too over, how do I say it, is it over zealous? Over zealous of a person, like you just want to prove that you can do it. I know you can do it, but sometimes just calculate or check out the lecturer of that course, because lecturers are very, very important when they are the one taking the course. It's based on the lecturer you'll be able to know how these questions is going to appear during the exam, because sometimes it's actually about the lecturer. So when you already know this lecturer like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, or this lecturer marking scheme is not this complex, it's very, very lenient to his marking scheme, you're likely to pass. And it's an elective. Just go for it. Don't just because you want to learn. Yes, so I did not say you should not work hard, but sometimes work smart so while working hard. You already have 7 you are focusing on compulsory courses that you are fighting on A4. Just go for the simplest one for your elective. Don't necessarily have to go for, okay, you want to learn, so you're going for a hard one or one that the lecturer is over strict because you want to learn. It can bring your CGPA down, but if you're not someone that is bothered about it, fine, go ahead. But for me, I would say no, it's not something to do.
Okay, Timmy, what is your own say? Do you feel like if somebody is on a low CGPA can get to first class in just at the end of the person's year?
It's not that it is not possible, but then just like she said, there is difference between GPA and CGPA. And also, let's clarify something. This life has never been and will never be about first class or you getting that very high grade, right? Because to me, first class is only the effect. I mean, the value we attach to it. I think it's only that applicable when it comes to academia. Okay, so how there people want what you can offer. They want your knowledge, your understanding, the way you can do things. That's all very important. But then it doesn't mean good grade is not good. Good grade is still good. Put it that
And it
way.
paves way for you
Exactly.
to.
Okay. But then if you are coming to school, you should have a plan. Okay, this is what I'm planning to have at the end of the day. So you plan towards it. So everything still boils down to you having a purpose and you working towards that purpose. If your purpose is okay, let's say in the near future I want to be this, then we want you to create a plan or for you to strategize. If you want this, then the next thing to do after knowing what you want is to start looking for ways to arrive at that or to get that thing that you want. So if one of those ways is for you to have a very high grade, then you should work towards it, right? So it is possible, but it depends.
So thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Amaka, for coming. Thank you so much, Timmy, for coming. God bless you guys. They are our outgoing first class that we have in our faculty. We have other first class too, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate, and I hope you guys got a lot of things. Hope you're with your book and pen and jotting, because these are things that are very, very interesting and you can learn from, and I've learned a lot. I'll keep playing this video till I graduate from this school. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, if you don't subscribe, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much and get set for amazing content. I'll be saying bye from here. Bye.